everybody, this is Neil, Chainsaw Graphics. I am proud to finally introduce the 89. This has been an ongoing project for 5 years now. To finally get this created, for me to be happy to present this and offer it to people. It's going to be very limited. I'm only going to do 13 of these. Full bust, okay? The 89 bust comes with the mask, comes with this plate. As you can see, it's engraved and cut out of leather, real leather, and then attached to an acrylic back that I made. It also has a little 3D printed piece that I designed and made for a stand in front of the bust. So before I show the bust and the beautiful work that is that, we're talking about the mask. The mask is a hybrid. It's partially sculpted by myself. Some parts were recast of production pieces. So it's kind of, like I said, kind of a hybrid. So it does have lineage to the original. Size, shape, all of that. So you can be sure that it's true to form in that form. The masks, I will do as many as I can. I'll keep it going, you know, through the years. I am going to do some variants. I'm going to also offer them up kind of one at a time. Okay, I'm not going to be like, here's the orders, place them. I don't want to get like a 6-month backlog. Make it unfair to you guys. I'm super busy this time of year, so I will make them as I can and offer them up and say here on my Facebook and Instagram, go to my Etsy store. It's available. Kind of first come, first served on the masks like that. Gonna offer them like this. Well, like this. Painted up. The typical what we're used to seeing with this mask, the tan and everything. I'm also doing a variant I call the swamp. I've only got a few of these that I've done up. I don't know how many of these I'm going to do, but these will be limited. They're a little bit darker. I call it the swamp because it's more towards the second half of the film into the body pit scene. It's got the blood on there, as you can see, a little bit darker than the typical tan. So the bust, they were digitally sculpted by Mark Debut. Mark Debut is a well-known, very talented Hollywood effects artist. Has worked on films like RoboCop, some Star Wars as well. My mind just went blank there a little bit. He's amazing, does amazing work. He sculpted all of that for me. It's in 3 different pieces. The teeth are separate. If you look close, you can see there's a tongue in there, all full sets of teeth. The head and the shoulders are separate, but I attach them together. The eyes, I use 4th seal acrylic eyes, kind of the top of the line industry. They set the standard for the industry for realistic acrylic glass eyes. So inset those, and then I paint them up. Now each one is going to be a little bit different. All right, again, there's only going to be 13 of these. So the way I'm going to do this is when I get one done, and this one's going to be up immediately right now. If you're watching this video, it's up, or it's been up and it's already been sold. Gonna offer them up one at a time. That way it's pictured. It shows exactly what you're getting. You're not confused. You're not seeing this number 1 and then the number 8 shows up and it's painted a little bit different. It's not gonna be that way. It's gonna be, pictures are gonna be showing what you're gonna be getting, so you know exactly what you're gonna be getting. Because these wigs, I attach them. I also cut them myself. I don't take it to a barber or anything. I look at every shot that I have from the film, from promo shots, try to get the haircut basically what it was. And again, it depends on what picture you look at. When you look at it from the film, the hair's a little bit different. It changes. So this one's a little bit shorter. I'm going to show you the number 2 here in a little bit too, because it's a little bit different yet. In fact, let's do that right now. Show. That's the number 1. Let's go ahead and get the plate moved out of the way. Here is the number 2. And I can show it because it's ready to go as well. It'll be offered shortly after the number 1 gets sold. But yeah, as you can see, and the skin is a little bit more pink, more fleshy. I wanted it to be kind of more natural, more sensitive, I'll say. And you'll see that once I take, well, let's go ahead and take the masks off. Let's show this beautiful work by Mark. Let me start down here with, okay. So you ready? Here we go. Now look at that. That's just, we went off of, because his face is never shown in the film, other than a backlit at the very beginning credits. You can't see his face, it's not detailed. I went off of what was wrote in the script, what David J. Show wrote in the script, how his face is disfigured. It's like got diseases, it's cracked, it's dry, it's got pus. It's just really ugly, disfigured. Mark definitely captured that. This thing is super detailed. You can see the pores in there. I also put eyebrows, eyelashes on them, make it more realistic. That's the number 2. Let's get the number 1 up here. And I can show you how it is different from the number 2. I will say also this number 1 does have an all brown wig. The wig that I'm going to kind of continue with is going to be like that number 2. It's going to be dark brown with some lighter brown streaks in it. And again, the skin tone on each one will kind of change. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling. I don't want them all to be exactly carbon copies because we never see his face. You really never know how it's done. So doing each one a little bit different sets it apart, makes it its own. So at any time, someone can maybe, make a collage of how each one changes if they happen to get pictures of all of them. But again, you can see the scarring, like up here, there's scars, so couldn't continue his eyebrows because, there wouldn't be hair growing out of a wound. But little cuts filled in, it looks gnarly. Mark did an absolutely amazing job. Again, only 13 of these comes fully, just like this. When you get the box, I will say, open it up from the bottom. I'm going to package these so well, put so much foam in them so they don't get crushed and broke. Again, they're resin. It is foam filled at the bottom, got inset eyes and everything. I just want everything to arrive to you exactly like it leaves here. So open it from the bottom and pull it out gently. Don't just start pulling on the shirt and everything because it might come attached from the form. But show a little bit of care when opening them up. But there it is, guys. The 89 again. I will be offering these up. I will post it on my Instagram, my Facebook, to go to Etsy, my Etsy shop. There, it's first come, first served. First person that puts the deposit for $100 down and then pays for the shipping to their door, they got their name on it. It's done. It's ready to ship to you. When it's up on the Etsy store, it's ready. You make that deposit, I'm going to email you, ask you what email do you want the remainder of the invoice to come to. If the shipping estimate on Etsy is different, if I can find a better deal than what you paid on Etsy, I will incorporate that credit I will subtract that from your full payment. Full price, $1,300 for the bus. The masks are nowhere near that. The masks are a little bit cheaper. When they're on my Etsy store, you'll be able to see the prices of the masks for themselves. But $1,300, 13 of them. That's all I'm going to make, period. So get it while you can. The first one is going to be up momentarily. The second one, not too long. Once those are done, I'll start on number 3. I'll post up an announcement when it's ready. First come, first serve, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck. I hope you enjoy it. These things are amazing, and I can't wait to start seeing them in your collection. Have a good one. Thanks again.